Hello, dear students. Success of a candidate is not only a moment of celebration, but is also a moment where we reinforce our beliefs in the process. A process which is an enduring journey of 2.5 years or more. And what makes it remarkable that a student does it, gets a rank in the very first attempt. Today we have with us AIR 352 Akshat, who was our GS Foundation student 2023-24 and had also enrolled in the History Optional Enrichment, History Optional Test Series and Crash Course program. Congratulations, Akshat, first of all.
Thank you.
And to begin the conversation, tell me, how did you feel when you saw your name in that merit list?
So it was a real surreal feeling. At that moment, I was at my home. I was on bed with my mother, and from the morning I was waiting for the document to come because we knew the result would come today. And when the document came, I entered my roll number. I just entered it, and the downward arrow came. I did not bother to look my rank, where I have come. Just so happy to be on the list. So that was a real. For next 10 minutes, we did not see what my rank was. It was when we had to call my father. He was outside at that time. So we actually saw, okay, so 352, and it was real. And in fact, the celebration has still not stopped.
Definitely, it is not only about celebration, but it would take some time for it to sink in. I can understand, and you are a fresher. So that speaks a lot about what you have achieved. Tell us more about your journey into UPSC preparation, starting with your educational background.
So I'm basically from Jaipur. I did my schooling from class 1st to 12th in a same school. So I was in public school. After that, I did my graduation from Delhi University, Hansraj College. My subjects were BA program, Economics and History. I love both of my subjects. In fact, I did well in graduation. I attended all the classes and made a good base, as I would say now. So after that, in my 6th semester, my last semester of my college, I joined Vajiram and Ravi, the GS Foundation batch. And after that, I continued with it. And the batch ended in December. And then I gave the prelims. So that was my journey.
Great. At a time today when we have a plethora of options available in terms of content, the coaching support available, and because you have done it in the first attempt. So could you just tell us that before a person or candidate, an aspirant chooses a coaching institute or a program, what are the things that one should keep in mind? Because you opted for most of our programs.
So firstly is the credibility. Definitely Vajiram and Ravi has got the credibility, mostly because it completes the course in the time. So many of my fellow friends who have taken from I won't say that programs are all good. Even on the internet, there are really good courses, but they do it in a time-bound manner. The date which they said they would end. So it gives you a rough idea. So how you can make a sketch in your mind how the things would go on from here. And secondly, sir, obviously the quality of teachers is differently here, sir.
You have done a BA in History and Economics, but UPSC is about preparing a number of other subjects also. Can you tell us something more about how Vajiram and Ravi's foundation course helped you to master other areas of UPSC preparation also?
Definitely, sir. As you said that I have a decent hold on history and economics, but on other subjects, especially polity. Geography, I had an interest, so I was able to cover up, but in polity, sir, I dreaded polity, to say at least. My coaching ended, and after that, I was able to do Lakshmikant. In the first time, I was able to complete Lakshmikant after my coaching ended. So this was my level of fear. But actually, what happened, after that, it became easier because coaching actually gave me the idea what it's all about. My concepts got cleared in the coaching. So after that, reading Lakshmikant again and again was really easy for me because I got to know what is written here and I am understanding it. And I got to know what is important and how much stress should be given on a particular part. So in that way, coaching really helped me.
So you have mentioned that you were very comfortable even before starting the coaching in History and Economics. Amongst the other subjects, which was your Achilles heel, the weakest one, and how did you tackle it? Apart from polity, you have been talking a lot about polity. So, was polity the subject which was most challenging for you?
So polity and also I would say science and tech, because I am from 11th 12th I was humanity background. Though science is a bit less in UPSC rather than as compared to other exams, but still science was something I was not that comfortable because even my base is not there. The faculty, especially I would mention Vinoy Krishna sir, he did really good. The biotechnology portion that he taught, I still remember all the diagrams and everything. So he taught really well. So again, the base has been made. Then I got to know that in science and tech, majorly it is from current. So it is a subject that is more current oriented. So I put my weight more on current, though a great base was made in Vajiram. So yes, sir.
In UPSC preparation, there is a mix of facts and analysis. This is something that we were also discussing, coming back to that later. So, how did you manage so much of facts, apart from reading newspapers and also facts in the static portion? Why? Because it is important when a person does it in the first attempt, a fresher. Many of our students are freshers who get selected, and many are aspiring. So, how did you do it?
So I believe more than trying to learn it, the skill is when to leave it. So we try to go too deep into the facts and try to remember it in the first go. So I believe it is really difficult or near close to impossible to remember all facts in one go or even twice. So even if you ask me today, I may not even able to answer many articles of the Constitution right now. So the key is revision, sir. The more revisions you do, and how you do it, that actually helps you. So in my opinion, sir, facts जितने हमको याद हो सकते हैं उतने कर लें, but the emphasis should be placed on the overall picture, the overall theme, what is actually going on and connecting the dots. That would actually make it easier to remember those facts and to inculcate them. So एक दो साल इधर उधर हो जाने से वैसे भी ज़्यादा फर्क नहीं पड़ता.
How did you manage reading newspapers on a daily basis, because you had your GS foundation class and also you were preparing your optional on your own?
So newspaper is something that I would give credit to my mother. So from childhood, I have a habit of reading newspaper daily.
Okay.
Earlier in Hindi, and then after 10th, I've been reading it in English at my hometown only. So reading newspaper is a really comfort thing for me to say. Every morning, it is a part of a routine for me. So I never felt I was doing anything special for UPSC regarding newspapers.
So any message would you like to give to the aspirants, especially who may not be as comfortable as you, regarding tackling newspapers on a daily basis?
I would believe in the early period when you pick up newspaper, one should try to make sure that one does not take much time, because if you are taking 2 hours, 3 hours on a daily basis, then you won't be able to follow it. So in my opinion, what could be done, if one could first start with major headlines and the explain page only. So you can start a bit slowly, then build up more confidence, a bit coherence would come later, and then one could. And sir, it is also about to identify what is actually important and what is not important. So investing time there would actually save a lot more time in the later, and candidates would know that after they have studied, so then they would be prioritizing some topics. So that would automatically reduce the time and make it easier, sir.
Okay, moving from general studies to optional, choosing an optional subject is one of the most crucial decisions in UPSC preparation. What made you to choose history optional, which is sometimes dreaded as the most lengthy and unconquerable subject?
So my graduation, I did in BA program history. So in that we had the same books that is being referred in optional. Upinder Singh, Shikhar Bandyopadhyay, that I've done in college. And in my college, I also saw the syllabus of optional and the PYQ of optional. So I came to know that around 70-80% paper is somewhat that I have already studied, and I can write those answers now only. So I had that confidence in college that this is something that I could take. So that is the reason, sir.
Okay. What programs did you opt for? Because you have done a few programs, dedicated modules for history optional preparation. So could you just help us with each of them and how did they help you?
So as I said that I was confident about my history, so I did not go for a foundation batch. I instead chose your history enrichment program. So in that, what you do, you give us questions, and after that you explain the theme in sort of those answers. So it also gives you sort of question answer base, and in that way you cover the whole syllabus. That was actually really good in order to see how one can also see it in a different light. The same topic could be seen also in a different light, in perspective of women, like American Revolution, in perspective of women, in perspective of other people, something like that. And secondly, sir, after that after I cleared my prelims, I was bit, I had to join a test series also, and was not too much sure about my history. So I did your crash course and test series. So, and I would give the credit where it's due, but it was truly remarkable for me. So in fact, how you did it, you even asked us which topic do you need more attention to, and those sort of things. Even sir, when you were checking our copies, after that also one-on-one we used to discuss about my answer, and I used to ask where I could improve. These things matter a lot, sir, and those definitely gave me a great deal of confidence going into the exam, sir.
Thank you. This time between prelims and mains, we have approximately 3 months.
Yes, sir.
Last time also it was not very much different. And especially for students who are doing it for the first time, managing those 3.5 months in a balanced way, and along with the answer writing, attending module-based classes like you did our ethics program also, history optional crash course program also. So how did you manage, how did you plan those 3 months? Please help us understand, because that is going to be one of the challenges for many of our students in the next month onwards.
Definitely, sir. After prelims, in fact, even after giving the exams, I knew that I would be clearing prelims. So I had known, but there is a bit of panic after prelim. Now what to do? I came to Delhi here, and the first interview I came to Vajiram and asked about what could be done. I enrolled in history course, so optional was taken care of. But these things are secondary. The main important thing, sir, that I feel is to maintain your calm and composure, because at that time it feels that there is no time, but in reality there is. Though there would be many sleepless nights and the amount of stress would be there, as in was my case in my first attempt, but one has to keep doing the stuff. मतलब do not have to think much more. ज़्यादा नहीं सोचना है, चीज़ें बिल्कुल सिंपल रखनी है, जो आपके सामने आपको बस वो करना है. Just keep doing it. Do not bother. Do not think much about कि would I be able to complete it? क्या होगा, क्या नहीं होगा. We cannot just control the controllables, and in my case, I would say I just went with the flow and
that is more to do with the Stoic philosophy of the ancient Greeks. If we see a regular day of yours during those 3.5 months, so out of say 24 hours, if we assume you sleep for 6, then how did you manage the rest 16 hours? Because students want to understand, everybody would like to know, how did you manage your time? Because you stayed here very close to the institute, so you did not waste much time in commuting. So could you just elaborate on that also?
Sir,
What was the frequency of writing tests?
yes, sir. So I slept around 6-7 hours. 7 hours, I would say. And removing food portion would be around 1.5 hour. And I had after the first week, I've been coming to Vajiram for one class at least. So I've been
Every day?
to your class every day almost. Yes, sir. Every day. History crash course was every day. And so there goes around 3.5 hours would go there. And after that, coming to home, I would revise what has been done in the class. And after that, try to write, because you used to give us daily answer writing test, DAWs. So we had to write 2-3 questions a day. So that I also used to do from my text and all. So what I did was, I used to divide it half a day for optional and half a day for GS. Though,
how did you prepare for your GS tests?
So Vajiram also gave, because I cleared with foundations, so Vajiram also gave me mains test series. So I attempted that only. So in that, the frequency of test was around 10 days. So in 10 days. So for each GS, I had around 10 days. So starting from GS, And in fact, with that, I had also my optional test series going on. So I had planned it in such a way that around 4 or 5 days I would study for my optional, give the test. Then the next test of GS would be coming, and then 4 or 5 days of the GS1. For example, GS1 test is coming. So I would give 4 or 5 days there and give the test. So as I had very less time at that time, so I relied mostly on my Vajiram notes and whatever material I had studied for prelim, because was very few time, बहुत कम time था. So mostly value addition was from some magazine in the market and mostly adding the current details. That's it, sir.
You also enrolled in our ethics module uh, as late as August,
Yes, sir.
and you were in a state of stress. So, but you came out with flying colors, 126 marks. Remarkable. So please tell us, how did you manage with so less time such a difficult subject?
Yes, sir. In fact, ethics was also one of the points that I was not really comfortable with going into this preparation. So, and even I've not practiced it much. So I'd kept it for the last. So I remember our history optional test, our classes were going on, and after that they have completed. Then I joined
Ethics course by
ethics
Piyush sir.
course by Piyush. It was a 1 week course only,
Okay.
for a 1 week crash course, and he used to come and for the initial first hour he used to give us the questions, and for the next 2 hours he used to teach us the topic around the question that he had given. So in the initial classes because I had not studied anything, so how could I write before anything is taught? So my answers were really poor. I even मैंने पीयूष सर को दिखाया, and he was like, "Beta, keep trying." But so my condition was at that time it was that. So I kept it simple again. So I did not think about it much. जो मेरे पास material था, the material that Piyush sir had given me, I just kept it revising. I picked up the examples from there and made a bit of idea in my mind how things are going on, what this means. The basic concepts I cleared it, and so with that I gave it in the paper, sir.
One thing that is remarkable about you is your honesty. Even after clearing the examination, you have admitted and you understand that how you struggled and how you were able to navigate those challenges. And you did not write an essay also. I think we had this discussion that before your UPSC essay was the first essay. And in that also you have done remarkably well, I would say, for a person writing test for essay for the first time, 113 marks. So one question that many students, especially those who are not as comfortable as you in English, how much, because I have checked your answers, I know how much language plays a role in selection, because I can vouch for you at least that your language was very good and also the flow of your answers. So did it come naturally to you, or you learned it in the process in our GS Foundation course, or how did you do it?
So again, in essay, what really helped me was the way of answer it. It was a more fluid. I've been actually watching some classes of Brijendra sir also of essay. He takes essay, but I saw his method, but I took my own. Because he was more a bit structural. So there should be 8 paragraphs and this should come in this paragraph. But I believe what is in the demand of the question, I would write it in a fluid manner. So what I believe is language do really play a great role in essay. And so it is more about flow and how you present your ideas. It should
Originality.
originality, and the content should not feel like कि उसको बस थोप दिया यहाँ पे. So this is एक flow, एक coherence होना जो reader है उसको end में जाते हुए एक अच्छा feeling आए. So I guess essay में यही होता है. बाकी सब में it was my first time, so I have no more experience. So yes, sir.
There is also a philosophy of UPSC preparation. The philosophy is that it is not only about the result, but it molds you into a better person. So, Akshat, when you look at yourself 2 years back, when you had enrolled for our GS Foundation course, and the Akshat that you are today, are still a very humble guy, a very young, going to achieve much more in life. What difference has this preparation made to you as a person?
So I would say, firstly, it has given me a sort of confidence in myself, in my abilities, because before that I was not that great achiever. Even in college I had good grades, but not even in school. I guess I was above average for sure, but not that who would crack UPSC. And not the people around me does not even still say, oh, he cleared, because I was never the one who people was looking after that he would do it, and we kept it a secret that I was doing it here. So, but what I would say is the change that came in me, the first is definitely, sir, humility has came in me more, sir, because so now I've seen that how, so even though I've done it in my first attempt, I've seen many who have been doing it for 3, 4, 5. I talked to many people in mains also, and during my interview journey, we sit around with the fellow our candidates, and I used to talk with them. And after talking to them, I came to know that I am lucky that I am here, and I truly admit that. Yes, I've been. The humility has definitely came in. The confidence has came in, and the way I look to the world now has somewhat differed. Though I believe that a lot of work needs to be done there, but now looking from a different perspective around the challenges, now I see what are the real challenges, and now I can identify that who is responsible and how things are done. So this understanding also has definitely made me a really great citizen. So these are the things that have improved in my.
So, what is your greatest strength as a person? I can say, but I would like to hear it from you. What has clicked for you in the first attempt?
So in one word, I would say keeping confidence in myself, keeping confidence in my methods, and having that dedication, that willpower, and that I would say discipline. But discipline is also a sort of self-discipline that I endured on myself. It is simple that I have to do it. That means that I will do it, even if I won't sleep for the night. But if I've decided that I will do this thing, so this thing I have stuck with. So these things have been the reason, I guess.
One of the other challenges, apart from the academics, syllabus management, is self-doubt, lack of motivation, a high degree of uncertainty looming, especially when you are not very confident in your preparation, because nobody is certain, I'm sure.
Yes.
And I think in your journey also, there would have been moments when you would have encountered such negative thoughts. So, what was your course of action? How did you tackle them?
So self-doubt and negative emotions, they definitely came in. I believe in everyone's journey, they are a part and parcel. So what is more important, that you keep those people closer to you who you can talk to, and it is really important to share these things and lighten your weight. So maybe friends could be there. In my case, it was my family. So I could call my home if I was feeling a bit low, and I would tell ki this is happening. I'm not, in the case of essay, I was really worried because I wanted to write it, but I was not, you could say it a writer's block, but I was not able to write it. And I was really, I would say, at a low point. And then I talked to my mother, and she said, just keep faith in your ability. You did it in school. You have written so many essays. Why are you fearing it? So these sort of things, keeping those people closer and talking to people. And I would say other thing that really helps is having a hobby or to clear your mind. So I would give an example. During our meals, Olympics were going on, and I used to watch Olympics at night for around 1.5 to 2 hours. So the telecast was also at night, and I used to around. In fact, I remember it was 1 o'clock when Neeraj Chopra's game was going on. So almost all the medal matches of India, there were 7, and I've watched them live during my mains when my preparation was really poor. So this shows that there is always time for yourself, and I truly believe there should be a balance between your studies and your leisure.
That's great. Akshat, you are going to get IRS IT this year, and definitely you will be attempting once more to get into the hallowed service of IAS and IFS. So, which are the areas where you'll be working upon, or definitely you have done it in the first attempt, but you have unfinished agenda, I
Yes.
think. So, could you tell something more, that what more you are going to do, so that next time when we have a podcast, then we'll see you in the top 50.
So first thing that when I saw my mark sheet, the first thing that struck me was optional.
First, tell us about the marks so that everybody knows. Yes,
So in essay, I got 113.
100.
In GS1, I got 98. GS2, I got 102. GS3, 91. GS4, 126. Then optional paper 1, it was 125. And optional paper 2, it was 121. And in interview, I got 179. So the main area of where I could focus would be optional.
Okay.
I easily believe 30-40 marks could be achieved from here.
Definitely. This time in the humanities subject, the overall marks have been on the lower side, but yes, it is there. Please continue. Yes.
And apart from that, essays, this time I would definitely practice more essays.
Yeah, you should write.
Essays.
Hmm.
So I could go in around 130s. So these are the two focus areas that I would be keeping in mind for my next attempt.
Yes, and we are here to help you in every capacity. And obviously, your training will also give you new experiences, new learnings, which you will integrate in your next attempt also. So, Akshat's story tells us a lot. It is very inspirational. A story of grit, a story of simplicity, a story of gratitude, humbleness, and more than that, a story of discipline. Somebody has rightly said that discipline is doing something which you don't want to do but have to do. And this guy, this boy, I remember during those 3.5 months, every day we used to sit, we used to discuss, and he never gave up. He was always smiling, a bit, I would say, nervous, but always smiling. Even after his mains results came out, he was worried and also very excited about how to prepare for his interview. He was a part of our interview guidance program, and I think you were here
Yes.
for our interviews. So, I hope this podcast will help all the students, aspirants, especially the freshers, to learn from Akshat's story and to be the next in our podcast, to be successful and to be better human beings. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.